think we're
I
back.
felt good when I was there, but
Just refresh my phone. There we go. Ah, sorry about that. That was a freaking weird disconnect. Not sure if that was my internet or Twitch or what. Maybe a bit of both. So
well,
yeah, yeah.
it was both. You cut out Discord there mid-sentence.
Oh, was it? Okay. It's a little bit of both, unfortunate. So,
Yeah.
obviously you got your shed there. You got animal dealer here. Kind of nice having the horses. Also, you got a little bale sell trigger next to that as well for selling your hay bales and all that stuff. So nice and cool. I saw the sell point for the first time today. Oh, right, okay. Obviously, we are in chat currently with Dajnet and Mr. Scurvy Hyam, absolute amazing streamers. And while I think about it, I need to do Mr. Dajnet a shout out. Make sure to give him a follow. Obviously, we'll be going over and checking out what he's up to later.
He doesn't even know.
And also Mr. Scurvy Hyam, who was playing a bit of World of Warcraft the last time he streamed. And finally, Mr. T Miller 63. Obviously, he was showing off the map a little bit earlier today, or last night, depending on where you are in the world. Yeah, so I think he's going to really enjoy it, and it's been quite an anticipated map as well. So obviously that's going to be your vehicle shop, your animal dealer, and your bale cells. In addition to that, there is obviously stores on this map. So obviously if you follow one of these roads up and around, it will take you to the bank, you've got the general store and the hardware store. So you've got at least somewhere you can start selling products as you create them. There is an additional sell point on here. I'm not going to show it. I want you guys to actually discover it, but it's basically a container sell point. So if you're not sure what that is, so obviously with Platinum Expansion you get containers. So in the shop under pallets, you got these containers. You can fill these up with tree logs and stuff and sell them that way. Now what Surfing Cowboy's done is basically added a sell point for these containers to make a lot of money. But obviously you guys have to find it. Obviously T Miller found it earlier with a little help. I'm not going to say where it is. I know where it is because obviously I was watching. But obviously with this map itself, let's go back into the menu. You get your normal crops plus an additional 11 crops, and obviously these are going to be the same ones that are like on Wolf Creek, the Pompeys, Uncharted, and NBC Acres and all that. So obviously you got your rye, your millet, your rice, your carrot, your hemp, your cranberries, mustard, lavender, peanut, and then on vines you've got your blueberries and your coffee. So in addition to all of that so far, so listen, it's a 4x No Man's style map. There's, I think it's 79,000 trees. I think it was the last count on the map. So a freaking heck of a lot. Obviously, the plots range from 796,000 to 1,314,000. Oh, was it 75,000? Okay, just over. Thanks, T Miller. So for some reason I thought 79. Maybe that's what he was aiming for, but now I've got there. But yeah, also in addition, there is mining on this map as well. So obviously these little points around here are going to be different mining areas that you can purchase and start using in the factories and such. Now the one in particular I wanted to point out is the ore. Now obviously on the current maps that are out, so PV Wolf Creek, Uncharted and all that, they're using ore as a fill type. On here, it's actually iron ore, which is from the Platinum expansion, so you can see the different textures. There's a lot of this on the map. Basically, any map from now on will be using the iron ore rather than the ore in their productions. And obviously, what Surfing Cowboy's done is already gone through, edited a few of the later game factories. Also, what he's been able to do, if I come into the construction menu, is he's got the PV mods in here already. So obviously, all your labor, your support, your power, stuff like that, all your different factories are in here. going from your tier 1, 2, 3, 4. There's some storages there, especially everything that's out at the minute, but obviously these are going to be updated over the next few months really, until Dave's map comes out, and maybe just after that as well. So everything is there to get you going. So, yep. Um, so mining product wise, you've got coal, gleaner, salt, gravel, bauxite, or the iron ore, copper, and sand. So there's quite a lot. It's scattered around the map, as you can see. So it's going to definitely keep you busy. Now, in addition to obviously these big mines, there is smaller ones dotted throughout the map as well. So if you come across a plot that has a small one, grab the materials and then carry on. Obviously, you can just collect the materials and then make a field or whatever. But that's pretty much it. There's not a lot really you can show off. And obviously, there is one area I'm trying to stay well away from. And why are you not freaking working? Did I turn it off? I did, didn't I? Let me go into here. Turn that back on, and I keep hitting the wrong bleaking button. There we go. Sorry about that. So we'll just take a little fly around. There's a lot of trees. There is rivers going throughout the map as well. Actually, I need to turn that speed up because it's terrible. So yeah, lots and lots of trees. You've got mountain ranges, exactly the same as it was in 19. You've got the river going down there. You can see a few little plots in the distance there where you got like coal, there's iron ore and stuff scattered around the map. Kind of like how it was in 19. One thing I did want to check, obviously the rivers do have silt in them. So obviously you can use that for your gold masters and stuff like that. Do I need to read down on the map? Obviously if you've got the map already, no. Obviously this is a new map compared to the Pompey's version. So if you want to play on this one, then yeah, if you've got the Pompey's. Obviously this was released this morning for me. But yeah, for some people it was like yesterday, different time. Oh, it's clay now, is it? Okay. So there you go. So the silt's been replaced with the clay. Interesting. But I know that's going to be happening on some of the next maps as well. But the nice thing is as well. So just a quick one regarding that container sell point team mother. You know how I mentioned about it being on the east side? This is kind of where I was thinking it was going to be, down this side, but it's not. So that's a little hint for you guys. Don't come over this side. It's the map. It's not there. But yeah, you got some good sized mines throughout the map. Not one thing that obviously, if you are into your landscaping and stuff, if you come in here under your painting, obviously there's all the road textures, all the additional textures basically that come with the map, as well as a few others. So you can actually make quite nice roadways around and really make it something a little bit special in your own eyes, sort of thing. And I don't know if there's any actually out yet, but I know there used to be some placeable docking areas. It was just a placeable. I think it would be quite nice, maybe along this area with some boats coming in and out. I don't know. Just sort of giving you some ideas, guys. So there you go. He's done an amazing job on the map so far. And as you can see, that it's a big map. It's going to take a lot of work getting these trees cleared. But you do have ponds around, so yeah, it is definitely one for you guys to get your teeth grinding. Obviously, if the big difference between this one and obviously the Pompey's edition, obviously there's less fields, there's more trees. Also, all of the additional buildings that were up on the mountains have been removed, and they've kind of been taken back to how it was originally. So it's kind of cool. The smelter will make bricks. Yeah, and obviously the smelter will make bricks, which can then be used in future buildable products, or buildings, I should say, which is something I want to get onto in a little while. So apart from that, obviously there's not a lot else I can say about the map. It looks awesome. I do want to spend a bit of time on here, probably over the next couple of weeks, but obviously today it's just going to be showing this off. I also want to show something else off that I've been working on, which is going to change how the buildable side of things is going to be done, because it's working perfectly, Dave, by the way. I just need something from
That means
Brave.
everything has to be redone, huh?
Yes. Got a lot of work ahead.
Uh,
But yeah, so that is going to be pretty much it. Obviously, the link will be there for anyone to download. What I might do is pop it up on the SGA website as well for anybody. So when anybody's not streaming, they'll still be able to download it and get the information in Discord and all that. I'll probably do that once I've finished streaming. One thing I did notice, and I'm not sure if Surfing Cowboy knows about it. Obviously, when you go to buy your plots of land, obviously where he's already got numbers in, it's also the game is adding in an additional number. So it may be worthwhile having these numbers removed if you can, but it's no big deal to be honest. So there you go, guys. That's going to be it for today. Obviously, you start off with plot 18. You could actually sell that and maybe look into buying another one. But yeah, take out a big loan. You could get those two fields wherever they are just there. But yeah, there you go, guys. That's going to be it. Obviously, the link's in chat if you want it right now. Go for it, download it. Obviously, any issues, like he says, contact him through Surfing Cowboy Gaming through Discord. I also want to do a little bit of playing on Wolf Creek to get some of that done. So that's going to be that for now. Obviously, if you've got any questions, you're more than welcome to ask. I'm going to save that because I'll probably make a little start next week on this. But while this is redoing, the screen's going to be black for the moment because obviously I need to switch folders. And I can show off the new factory. Oh man! Right, just reloading now. But yeah, obviously exclamation mark PVUR. I thought I'd keep it simple, just the initials there, to get the Uncharted map. Right then, so into the base game. Obviously, the one I've been working on is the vodka factory. Obviously, that's going to be adding in all the output products to the map. Exactly the same as the one you've got currently, with a bit of a difference. Alright. Now, there's only one or two things I still need to go through on it to finish off. But overall, it's pretty well there for the minute. Right then, so just confirm that. Nope. Obviously, a nice new save game. Should not have
yeah.
any issues. Just double check, make sure. There's so much going into this map, it's terrible. Obviously, the more and more these factories we get done, the sooner you guys can get them as well. But yeah, that looks fine to me, good. Right then, let's grab some money. This is just a test map, that'll do. I'll go over the top. Now, for some reason, I always pick 56 for my field to use. For the simple fact, it's right across from the shop and it's easy to get to. Right then, so, as I said before, it's going to be the vodka factory. And this is kind of how most, if not all of the buildables are going to be done from now on. It's kind of taking it back to how it kind of was in 19. So the vodka factory is obviously tier 3 currently. And there it is currently. So remember that. How it looks right now. And that's what you're basically going to start off with. Nothing but a load of fences. So obviously with this, you will not need to have a separate builder to put your products into. You can actually put it direct into this and start building. Now with the production revamp mod, what Braven has been able to do is add in hidden productions. So as you can see here on the left hand side, there's no productions for the builder side of things. In addition, on the right hand side, if I scroll down a bit, you can see that there's no builder products in storage there showing at all. Obviously, this is something that he's been able to figure out and get added, which is going to make the buildable side a lot easier. Now, one thing you're probably thinking is, well, how am I going to know what I'm going to need to put in there and how much? What I'm going to do with each of them is set up this little a billboard, not necessarily this one in particular, that's going to show what you're going to need product-wise with how much will be needed. Obviously, at the minute, I've just set it up for drywall and concrete, 10,000 of each, which is basically 10 pallets. One thing I would like to try and do, if I can, is you see the numbers on the right-hand side. At the minute, they're going to be counting up. What I'd like to be able to do is have it set so it's the 10,000 to start off with, and as you add the pallets, it drops that number down. So when you get to 0, you'll know that you've got enough in there. And then, if possible, see if I can get a maybe a line at the bottom with the overall build process. I'm not sure if that'll be able to be done, but it's possible in theory. So what you'll be able to do, so obviously I haven't got the drywall placed down or the concrete and all that, so I'm just going to use spawn some out to get it going. So the first one be the concrete, so I'm going to need 10 pallets of that to start off with, somewhere around here. Coconut, coffee, concrete. Now these pallets are a bit of a pain because they don't totally go. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It has to be. There's something to do with the unload option in. What you call it? The discharge node in it is slightly off for the trigger. I've tried multiple times on this thing to get it working. It's that one. So obviously you can see that it is currently counting up, which is fine. Could always leave it as that if need be, but obviously I'd prefer it to be going downwards. Right, come on, stand up. There we go, makes it a little bit easier. So obviously when these do get released, there will be other products, different quantities and stuff that you need. Mr. Darius Frost, how you doing, buddy? Welcome in with a party of 12. Wartle, how's it going, bud? And let me give you a shout out. Darius underscore Frost. There we go. Obviously, if you guys are not following Mr. Darius Frost, go over, give him a follow. He's been playing a lot of Diablo 3 recently, along with Mr. Cope and a few other guys in the community. So, for those just coming in, obviously I'm going to show off the new Vodka Factory buildable. It's going to be slightly different to the way we were originally going to set it up. Obviously, this is just a test, really, for showing you guys what to do. Obviously, when if it gets finalized, there'll be different products going into it and so forth. But a drywall. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. See, they're going perfectly fine. Right, so obviously what this is going to do... Oh, hey Viking, how you doing, buddy? What? Having fun? Oh, lots and lots of fun. So obviously what this is, because obviously the production side of this is hidden, it's going to basically automatically start once you add in all of the materials. One thing I would recommend you doing is filling up all bar one line before you want to start doing the building, otherwise you could get a bit confused on what still needs to go in. So it's kind of like how it was in 19. So, as all the products are in there, let me go into flight mode quickly, and I can show you this running. It takes around about, I think it's just under 2 days in total for this to build. But the nice thing is, it's lovely to watch some of these. What I can actually do is make that go a little bit faster. Just a little trickle. Obviously it'll run through the night, so what I'll do is I'll up the speed a little bit. But the nice thing is also, if you do want, if it does stay like this, you can keep an eye on obviously the numbers. Once they hit almost zero, the fence and the billboard and the unload trigger will basically disappear. So obviously here we go. So this is obviously the building being built now, the main one. Obviously you've got your potato or your compost unload area there. Obviously you're gonna be the main factory just there, coming in now. Kind of nice. All the little bits and pieces. It looks so good. Let's take that up a
Hello.
little bit more. Hey, Mr. Darius, how are you doing? How was your stream thinking about it as well?
It's good.
Yeah, good. Now this is the only part I don't like is it's so dark. Well, see that's the main building now done. Obviously got the silos at the back coming in now. Actually, what I'll probably do then is jump back to Uncharted and show it all you guys who haven't seen it yet, and do another quick run of that. I think in
That's
just a
looking
moment.
awesome, Billy.
It's good, isn't it? Now, the only thing I've had one issue with is the compost loading pipe. For some reason, it does not want to work for me, no matter what trailer I use. So obviously, there's the lights coming in, doors are all on there now. Obviously, the interiors are all there. I've only got a few 100 litres left on each product. There goes the fences, and that is going to be the build done. The trigger's gone,
That's
obviously
cool.
the billboard's gone, the fence is gone. You can actually now come in, start loading up the triggers. Let me drop that down. So this is how the factories are going to be once, obviously we've gone through and basically redone them all. Yeah, it's been a heck of a heartache. Actually, it was really easy. It only took me a few hours to sort out. Right, so let's turn you off. So yeah, so in here is the only thing that I've got a current issue with. Is this pipe here? It does not want to unload into a trailer. But what I've gone through is added the additional displays needed as well. So you've got one here for your compost. If I can't get it sorted out, you can always set it to distribute and do it that way. All the triggers still work. So you got your unload area for your potatoes in here. Obviously, you got your nice little fill plane there that fills up. Now I did test it with a pace setter, and it does work with unloading it that way. Obviously I've come through, added in the good old SGA logo on the old player trigger there to go into your menu and such. So having those buildable or the building products not shown in the menu there is going to make life a lot easier. One thing I do still need to do is obviously sort out the spawn area for the pallets when they're coming out. But we also have the old displays back from 19 as well, fully working, which is great. Now the only thing I didn't notice before, the two different colours, one's blue and one's black. But oh well. Yeah, so obviously you're going to have your normal palette visuals, they're already still in here. So if I bring this up, you can just about see them at the top there and on the second level. They'll still spawn in as your products go in. Doors are all working perfectly fine. Ba-ba-da-ba-dam. So yeah, I am really pleased with how it's turned out. But yeah, obviously I've just got that trigger in that shed there to sort out. I'm not sure why. It's all linked properly, but doesn't seem to want to unload the compost.
Hey, Billy.
Hey, Mr. Wheels, how you doing?
Doing good.
Howdy, Wiz.
Cool. Obviously, it's not going to have anything new added to it. Obviously, the only thing I do want to try and figure out is where I want to put the pallet spawn areas. Because obviously, at the minute, it's just inside here. But I know some of you guys have a lot of issues getting in, so I was kind of thinking maybe where there's a big forecourt out here, I might add in a couple of different triggers for the pallets to spawn instead. Especially if you're using like Dave's or SurfinCowboyGaming's extra wide trailer, you cannot get into these buildings. So I may set up the triggers outside instead for yous. But yeah, I am really happy with that. Just got to get those last little bits figured out. If possible, one thing I mentioned to Braven is to have a kind of like a reversed counter for adding on to the display out here. So in essence, what that would be is rather than it starting at 0, it'd start at the maximum amount needed, so like the 10,000 or whatever it is, and then as you're adding the pallets in, that will then drop to you hit 0, so you don't need to know what's left to go in there or try and figure out odds and sod numbers. It'll show if that's even possible. Not sure yet. I think he's going to have a look at it and get back to us. But yeah, overall that is pretty cool. Few tweaks still to go, so yeah, I like it. Actually, to be honest, seeing this now, it does take it back to how it used to be in 19 more than obviously how Dave was planning on doing it. So then that's kind of how I wanted it to end up being. So I'm happy with that, and I hope Dave is as well. Obviously, you can't see any of the productions and stuff, so it's a win-win no matter what. Now, the other thing, what was it?
If you're happy, Billy, we're happy.
How
Yeah.
about when you go over to, well, it's probably too late now.
What's that?
No, actually not. When you get to the pop-up where it shows you, does it still show in there?
Nope, it's gone. It's all gone. So basically what
So
Dave's on about is, you can't really see it.
you got it right there, Vodka
Yeah, you can
Factory.
just about see it in the bottom right there. There's nothing regarding the buildable side of things or anything. Actually, what I could do, and I'm going to cheat this, I'm just going to buy the products just to give you the
We could see if the
idea.
Giants logo wasn't in front of it.
I know, I'll get rid of that in just a sec. Let me just buy a few products. Da, da, da,
Just like
da. Obviously, with your electricity, your labour, your support morale, you will not be able to buy these. They've been basically turned off, but obviously you do not need them as a necessity to run them. They're going to be a booster, as you can see in here. For each line, you're going to get 25% boost, so you can end up with a doubling, like a 200% boost on it, on all your products. Hence why that's been done. And obviously that's going to be done to every factory, and it's nice it's actually working again. It was kind of broken for a little while there. So obviously that's all that. Obviously you can see, actually let me get rid of that Giants thing a minute. I think it's that one. There we go. So as you can see, it's just the products that's for the factory itself to run. It's not going to be the
Now, why does it
buildable
have
stuff.
Vodka Builder?
Oh, I never even noticed that. Ooh. Braven!
Dave found a bug.
I never even noticed that earlier. Oops, didn't mean to do that. See, because it doesn't actually show in here, the main menu.
Right.
That I totally missed. So I'll message Braven about that, see if that can actually be removed. So what he's on about is under the active productions there, obviously it's got vodka builder and also missing materials. That needs to really come out if possible. Yeah, because there's nothing on there either. So yeah. Like I said, obviously this is the one I'm still running is the current beta version from the Discord, so it's still being tweaked. So hopefully that can be removed as well then, unless there's something else I missed in the XML. Let me have a little look actually. Factories,
Did you?
vodka. Okay, so let me go to the desktop and see if anybody spots what I've not done. Okay, so that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Obviously it's going to be using the SGA logo. That's each of the different lines. So this is basically the builder side here. Also we've got a hide from menu equals true. And then obviously to hide the actual products themselves for the builder, obviously I added the hide from menu equals true in the storage side of things. Three triggers, that's all fine.
Now you have you added a separate trigger for dropping off the building products. Is that what you did?
Yep, basically. So
That's
yeah,
my defense.
it makes it so much easier. Yeah, because basically what I had originally, let me come back into the game a sec, is a fence literally going all the way around, it was literally straight the whole way. And then obviously when I had that idea of having the additional trigger, I thought, well, why not just take a bit of the fence in, kind of like how it was in 19, and
Mm.
have it there, sort of thing. So the only thing is, it's not actually fully gone. It is still there. I still need to see if I can figure out how to get rid of that permanently once it's built, but obviously you don't really see it, to be honest.
No, you won't see it unless you.
So
But
yeah,
can it still take products again? That's the question.
that's an idea, probably.
Because people driving over it after it's built might lose
Yeah,
products.
yeah. So I've said, yeah, I need to try and see. I wonder if there's a way of getting it to move when it
You
finishes
would
building. So then
you would
people don't
have
drop it
to
down or something.
once it's filled and it's built, you could possibly put the trigger on a mover to go down under the ground and
Yeah.
have it start move. I think does he have built in there the start and end? So you have it like start just before it is done building. You know what I mean?
Um,
Move just before it's done building.
it's
Start.
possible,
I
isn't
know
there?
that
I
there's
haven't
a
fully read
threshold
through
for the
it, but I'll look.
visibility nodes. I don't know
Yeah.
if it is for the mover though.
I haven't looked at anything regarding the movers and stuff in it yet, so that's the next project. But yeah, hopefully over the next few days, what maybe do is speak to Brave and see what he says as well. If I can't see anything in the documentation, so obviously that what and basically end up having is probably actually that's not going to be an issue, but it's the trigger. Just drop it down a little bit enough so it's not going to take any more products. So yeah. But also, if anybody's good at making displays, that would be quite nice to get
Um,
replaced.
it would
Rather than
have
that
to
one.
be on a mover, and it would have to be able to be moved at the very end of the project
Yeah.
so that it doesn't start moving before people finish filling it up, you know?
Yeah. There's that. Let's
I
have a
don't
look
know. I
on
know it
that.
could be
So,
that doesn't seem like something that would be too.
I don't know if there's anything in the English translations yet. Um, and the worst thing is I cannot get my Google to translate the Dutch version.
I had to go into.
Actually, let me load up that one. Let's just have a little look. So obviously I've got the English version and the Dutch right next to each other, so I can just click on them. Let's see, because normally if you come in here, it's got translate, but it's not on here for some weird reason. So, and I really can't be bothered going through all that and trying to figure it out. Let's see. But maximum stocks, alphabet store, storing and spawning. But yeah, like I said, there is a few more tweaks to it that's needing doing. So, but that's kind of how it's going to be from now on, rather than having like a separate placeable builder. So I've got a lot of work ahead of me. And Dave could make a start on the Pepsi as well then and get that working. uh, um,
If you go to translategoogle.com,
okay, let me do this.
translate.google.com /
Translate Google.
.google.com.
Translate dot Google. Oh, Google.com. Is that the extension by any chance?
And then,
Ooh, document.
all right, now you see the documents tab there?
Yep.
Load in your PDF file by using that documents tab. Browse your
Can I just
computer.
can I just do that? Can I just drag that straight into there?
Don't you
Dang it.
wish you could, but you can't. You gotta load up the document.
Oh.
So if you didn't save as document,
File, download,
yeah, you're allowed to put it on your system.
Microsoft. What did you save it as? A PDF?
PDF,
Yeah.
PDF. Yep, kept in
I'm
PDF
learning something,
form.
guys. It's great. Now, is that going to save it? I don't know. There it is. Okay, so document, browse your computer. So that'll be my download right there. Translate. And I'm going to star that. Done. Give it a minute. Download translation. Open you up. And it's not translated.
It didn't
Oh,
translate?
nope. I need it to English. Let's try translate it to English. That might help.
Yeah, German to German doesn't work.
Oh, I'm a
It
noob.
would be a quick process.
You mean you
Yeah.
can't speak German that's been translated from German, Billy, or read?
No, unfortunately, I can do
No.
a little bit
Okay.
of bad German, but that's about it.
Bad German. Matza's not here. Don't.
Right, let's try it again. There we go. And that seems to have worked. Okay, so we're looking for like movers, isn't it? I don't think I've ever seen anything regarding movers in this thing.
I don't think they're in.
Um,
They're not. I don't think he calls them movers.
Storages. Let's close that a minute. Boosted recipes, spawner script, distribution, delivery charges, priority system, function, that's the menu stuff. I'm guessing it'd be probably on. Oh, see, here's the hidden productions. Um, that bit I was able to translate quite easily. Mission goals. Mission high price menu. Yep. Give me a clue. There's that built-in mixing recipes. So obviously, for anyone who's interested, this is basically for doing like your TMR, your pig feed, and stuff like that. Definitely well worth a good read, that's for sure. I'm still making my way through most of it. Um, Installation master boosters, full unit category, conditional outputs. Nope. Burnables. And one other thing as well, if any of you guys are making your own factories or placeables, hey Surfing Cowboy, how you doing, bud? What Braven has actually done is created his own categories as well that you can use. If you go through some of it, it actually tells you what's in each different product line. Oh, start true. Hide from menu. Oh, virtual delivery. Sell point scripting. Obviously, this is something that we've been adding in this part here. This is to add our productions to the base game stuff, which helps you guys use the factories on other maps. Oh, there's the greenhouse stuff in it. Yeah, don't really want that. Main. Wood. Obviously, this is what I've been going through quite a lot recently, is the display stuff. Obviously, nice thing as well with those displays, you can actually change the text, the size, the color, the font, and all that. Obviously, Dave chose the one that we're using, so I thought use it. Object fill levels, installation of silos, pallets, and bales. Spawn trigger, place. That's your different triggers. Oh yeah. Yes. I might have to speak to Braven. He'll probably be able to say, oh yeah, I should do this, and it's done. um, this is something else that I wanted to look into as well at some point. Obviously, Dave's going to be adding in some of the seasonal stuff like the wind, your sun, your rain, temperature, and that for obviously the map, so you get your fill levels and such like that. Obviously, at some point, we also want to try and use something like the hours for the factory, so you have like a open hour and closing time. So this particular one is from the production revamp. It's the I'm not sure if are you allowed to give out the Dutch one link. Do you know, Dave, or not?
What? What are you talking about?
You know the revamp script paperwork.
We're not able to give out the one that
No,
the
okay,
new one.
okay. But obviously you got the
When you're
actually in. Here, I'll show you as well. When you download the production revamp mod, actually I can bring it up on in here. One sec. Where are you? So many opens. If you go into the mod descript for the production revamp, there is somewhere in here, just right here. There's a link that it will give you for the documentation. Obviously, you got the English version there. There's the Dutch. There's still being obviously translated into French and a few other languages as well. So yeah, just click on that link and it should take you to the documentation. Obviously, that particular one there is the English version. Obviously, that's going to be updated in time. Obviously, I'm trying to read through the. Heck, where's that document gone? There. Nope, that's the mod script. Where the friggin' heck's that gone? I just had it a minute ago. I'll have to have a look at that a little bit later and see if I can find it. Oh yeah. Oh, that's the. Is that the one? Nope, that's another one. Got too many windows open now. It's not good. But yeah, if you can translate like the Dutch version, obviously it's got a lot more in it. Is that the one I was on? Oh yeah. So yeah, this is what I was on. So obviously seasonal stuff is what Dave's going to be adding into the map for like the water levels and stuff like that. This here is to do with the hours that the factory is open and running. And tell me what should happen is if you set it between say 8 o'clock in the so what 0800 to say 1600 in one day. Basically, during those hours is the only time that that factory or the productions are going to be running or and be able to spawn things out. Obviously, during the closed period, outside of that, you won't be able to get any pallets out of it or put anything into it, sort of thing. That's something that we're going to be looking into a little bit later on in some of these factories, which would be kind of cool. Obviously, Dave's sorting out all these, the wind, the rain, the sun and stuff. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything there to be honest regarding moving that trigger. Obviously, he's now added in the animals into the productions. Obviously, Dave was showing that off the other day. So hopefully that's now pretty much sorted, and obviously that's what he's sorting out. Da, 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 da. Way entries, additional notes. Yeah, that's still to do with the animals. So yeah. So there you go. So like I was mentioning about the field type categories things that the Braven's added is obviously got all your own his own categories set up, which gets added with the production revamp mod. So if you are set up your own factories, you could use these as a input product, and it's going to basically allow you to use any of these products that correspond to that, and that can be actually added to maps and stuff as well. Hey MJ, how you doing, bud? That's that. Yeah, I've not seen anything. Pig feed. I'll probably have to, yeah, definitely contact Braven. It's probably going to be easier, and he can put me in the right direction if it can even be done. Do, 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 do. See, the only other option maybe is like the fill liter. Have it set on a no, because I'll go too quickly then. I have an idea, but I don't know if it'd work. Kind of the same way that the fill levels work. So as the product's being added, the trigger disappears down below. But doing it on the output product instead.
What if you put? Well, no.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You
No,
don't.
well, that just makes it disappear. It doesn't make it move, and it
Yeah.
still.
Obviously, it would lower it down below. So as it's building, that trigger would slowly sink down underneath to a certain layer below the
Yeah,
map, so you can't use it.
but it would do it. Yeah. Oh, if you put that on the building part,
Yeah.
is that what you're saying? Yeah, that would work. Put a mover on the product that's building.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would work.
I'll have to play with that and see if I can get that working. So guys, so yeah, for any of you guys who missed that, do you want to see a building being built again, or not? So obviously, what I've been working on the last few days is obviously the Smirnoff vodka. Obviously, that's it fully built. When you start off, when you first place it, there's a few things still need to go through it and sort out. But I do not own that land. Let me buy it then. But let's go for field 57 this time. And we'll put a fresh one down for anybody who missed it earlier. So obviously it's going to be a tier 3 production. Obviously I'm on the base game Elm Creek for anyone interested. And obviously this is now going to be buildable. Let me put some speed on because this is so slow. There we go. Obviously the footprint now is, as well, you've got to remember, is going to be a lot bigger than it was originally, because obviously we've added in, or I'm adding in, and Dave's adding in, obviously fences going around. Obviously the fences will be removed once you finish building. So with the way they're going to be done from now on, hopefully, and if I can get the triggers working properly, there's going to be a little area outside the fence set up for you to take in all the products needed to build that factory. Obviously, at the minute I've got this display board set up showing you what you need product wise and how much, as well as a counter. One thing I'd like for obviously to have is that going down rather than up, but to be honest it doesn't really matter, it's just me being picky. So obviously, like in 19, you'll be bringing your products to this trigger. Obviously, at the minute it's 10,000 drywall, 10,000 concrete. Obviously, that will be changed for later on when you guys get it. So I might as well just run through this one more time. So let's remove that background so we can see it going in. Obviously the counter goes up for each pallet. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go back to get some concrete. Obviously you'll be able to get this from any of the factories that are already released. Obviously the drywall is one that's not out yet for you guys. Hopefully at some point that'll be coming probably next week if I can get these working properly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, just turn that off because it's far too fast. Right. But obviously once you start adding in that final product, it is going to start building as well, by the way. You do not have to worry about turning it on or activating this part of it, because obviously when it's set to be hidden, it automatically turns on this production. This is obviously for your building side of things. It doesn't show it in the main menu itself. Obviously at the minute it does show in the little pop-up, as we just found out. So it's something maybe to be added into a future update. Are you releasing the buildings in the mod packs? They will be, T Miller, they will be, but some will also be built into Dave's next map as well. So obviously that's already started counting down. So obviously if I go into the menu, obviously I'm going to have 2 now. Obviously this one here is the one that's already built, so I don't have to worry about that. Obviously this is the new one that I've just placed down. Obviously you're not going to have anything on this side showing the builder side of things. And obviously in the builder storage side of things, you do not see the actual products needed, which makes it a lot easier. Just actually start counting down. So if I go back into flight mode a sec, did I turn it on or off? No. Oh, stop that key. Friggin' hands. Turn that on. We'll go up in the air. We're going to watch this go through the build cycle one more time. Obviously when it's finished, that fence will disappear. Once I get that trigger sorted out, it'll be removed, so you cannot add any more products into it, as well as obviously the billboard will disappear. But I do think watching these is so lovely to watch. Just it coming in step by step. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, a few little tweaks still to go, but pretty much there. It's a lot more simple. You don't have to worry about any additional placeables going down.
I'll be back a little bit later.
Okie dokie, bud.
Engage lurk mode.
Thank you very much for the
Blend
raid.
to shadow. You're welcome, Billy.
Thank you. Yeah, so we'll pop over to Uncharted for a little while, just to show you guys who haven't seen it yet. Also did a quick little run through there a minute ago, just showing it off. So obviously got the doors coming in. So if I come down, you can actually see that there's it's counting down product-wise, so you can keep an eye on it that way. So probably the fence will disappear in maybe an hour or 2. So let's take that back up a little bit. Let's get rid of that minute. 13:12. So your lights are starting to pop in now around the factory. So at this point, most of your triggers will be set. I think there's just the really displays to come in on the inside. So you got your sign now popping in there. And round about 100, maybe 50 meters left, obviously that fence and everything around it will disappear and you'll actually be able to then start driving in. So there you go. Done. Obviously the only thing I've got to sort out is this little trigger at some point, try to get that to be removed so you can't put any more into it. Hey Ghost DK, how you doing? So overall I'm kind of happy with that. Like I said, a few little tweaks and that will be done. Nice. And obviously, some of the factories will have obviously seasonal products as well added to them, and working. Obviously, like the Borden Dairy, obviously where that's just placeable. That's going to have eggnog coming out of it. Obviously, the eggnog can be used for eggnog coffee, for one thing. Right, let me change folders quickly, and I'm going to go quickly revisit a bit of Uncharted and show it off for any of you guys. Obviously, exclamation mark PVUR will give you that link, guys. Obviously, if you, like I mentioned a minute ago, a few additional things that you will need is the universal autoload script, production revamp mod, and possibly if you want to use it, is the Terraform mod. While this is going to load it up, I'm going to go grab a fresh drink, and it'll only be a couple minutes.
How's Dave today?
Not too shabby.
That's good.
How you doing?
Doing all right.
Doing your thing?
Kinda.
Kinda.
Alright, so before I start yakking, does anybody else want to say anything?
Nah, you're doing great.
Oh, I know Mr. Reaper's mentioned a few times that I've started talking far too much during my streams.
Well, I mean, you're streaming, isn't that the point?
Exactly.
I mean, who else is going to talk if you're not talking?
That's very
Oh,
true.
yeah.
Very, very
You don't
true.
expect us to talk.
Right, let me quickly run through chat. What did I miss? What did I miss?
We do enough. We do enough talking.
It looks awesome. Yeah, it's true. There you go. Mod update pics on Discord DM. T Miller. Okay.
Uh,
Hey Dave and hey Wheels. Ghosty Case. Hey
Howdy.
Billy. Are the new buildable factories coming to PV Wolf Creek or only to the new?
Only to the new.
Only to the new ones. Yeah. Yeah, obviously, if you run them on Wolf Creek, NBC Acres, Uncharted Pompey's Edition, or any of the previous maps up to this one, they will cause issues basically. So yeah, don't use them on any of the maps. And obviously with the PV Uncharted Revisited, what SurfinCowboyGaming is doing, he's gone through the pack and making them, setting them up for
Ooh.
this map because it's worked slightly different. If, to be honest, if he had just taken out the category from the map, it
Funny.
might have been able to do it, but I don't know. So
That's
for
funny.
so for anybody,
No, I wasn't talking. Sorry, I was.
go for it.
No. I'm not talking. I was
Okay.
talking out. I was talking to myself out loud. Sorry.
Oh, you go for it. Go for it. I love to do that occasionally. But actually, I used to do that a lot when
No,
I'm
you don't
modding.
do that, do you?
I do it when I'm modding mainly. It's how I remember things. I talk
It's
through
like
things.
we.
So yeah. So quick one. So this is obviously PV Uncharted Revisited. It's by Surfing Cowboy Gaming. Let's give you a shout out. Thinking about it. I'll do it that way because it's nice and easy. Hopefully it's working. Yep. Also, make sure to go over, give them a follow, guys. I need to be on the right screen. There we go. There. Right. So, obviously, this is a No Man's style map. For anyone who has never seen it, obviously the link is in chat. Thanks to you, Miller, and Surfing Cowboy. Both of you guys are awesome. The link will take you to a Google document that tells you a little bit about mods needed for the map, where to get the map, if you have an issue, where to report it, and stuff like that. Obviously, it's basically going to be Surfing Cowboy Gaming's Discord. That's where you can download it from. Obviously, what I'll do is I'll put a link in on the SGA website for anybody to get it at any time if anyone's not streaming or can give you the link for it. So if you haven't seen it, it's a 4x No Man's style map. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to definitely up this a little bit to make it a little bit faster. It's got, what was it, 75,000 trees, I think it was, T Miller mentioned earlier, on this map. And you literally start off with trees and a plot of land. So if I come into the menu, you won't be able to actually see where anything is on the map. Obviously, these little points here are going to be your mines, as well as your sell points, and obviously like your vehicle shop, your bail sales, and stuff like that. So obviously on the map there is you got your ore, your copper, your coal, gleaner, all that can be used in your productions. Hey, Michael, how you doing, bud? Hey, Dave, are you bust? Got something to show you? Oh God, take cover, hide. Yep.
Dave's
So
not home.
Dave's not here. Also, you get your hardware store, your bank, and your general store over in this area for selling products. Right here, you've got your vehicle shop where you get your vehicles spawning at, as well as your bail cells and the animal trigger. Actually, we'll show that off first of all. Obviously, you do start off in new farmer mode with plot 18. Just going regarding the plots, the price range from, so I figured out, so 8 and 9 are 796,000 per plot. That's the lowest one on the map. I realized an issue last night. For some reason, the vehicle shop trigger isn't showing. Yeah, very, very true. So obviously, it's still got a few tweaks to go. Plot 46 down here in the bottom left is 1,314,816, and that's going to be the most expensive one around the map. But obviously, different plots do cost different amounts. As you can see there, ranging, you've got 800s, 900s, and then heading up, obviously, around the edge is where you're going to be hitting your 1 million plus plots. But yeah, there's not, to be honest, not a lot to show on it. There's loads of trees. You do have your mines around the map, as you would of normally. Obviously, this is taking it back to how it was in 19, like I mentioned earlier. So obviously this is going to be the area that you start. You can start clearing your trees, selling them off. There is a container sell point on this map that Surfing Cowboy's been able to get in. I'm not going to show it off. I want you guys to try and find it. And when you do find it, take a picture and put it onto Surfing Cowboy's Discord. I think that'd be kind of cool to see how quickly people can find things. It's in Discord, Dave, sent via DM. Oh, so Michael sent you a message, Dave.
Yep.
Oh, is that
I heard a beep.
is that freaking thing that you sent me, Michael? Do you know
That's
if adding it would require a restart? Nope, you should be fine. It is okay. It's kind of funny, to be honest. No, you shouldn't need a restart for that. The only time you really need to do a restart is if you maybe add more trees, do any landscaping on a map. If you're adding in products, for example, like pallets and stuff, you shouldn't need to worry about a restart. If you add a crop or do a change to one of the mines, that might need, or should say, that will need a restart. So yeah, just getting that icon showing, you should be fine. Just basically set it up so it's showing and then do an update to the map. So obviously this is going to be your vehicle shop. Obviously it's a nice idea, and I love what Surfing Cowboy's done here with this. Instead of having basically a useless building, he's actually used one of the in-game sheds for you guys to use. So you can actually store your vehicles here if you want to. Obviously with the solar panels, they will not generate power, just bear that in mind. So if you do buy this plot of land, you might want to sell it if you can, and then put one down that does generate power or an income. One thing I do want to just temporarily do is turn this flight mode off. It does make it a little bit easier. So over here you do have the vehicle shop trigger, where you can go into your vehicle shop, buy whatever you want. Now obviously for anyone who hasn't seen this yet, you're starting off with basics. You cannot sell it. Okay, that's a bit of a shame. Could have done that. So obviously you're starting off with a pickup truck and a trailer, and that's it. Yeah, so it's literally the same as how it was in 19. You just literally started off with the basics. Obviously buy yourself a chainsaw or whatever and get chopping. Obviously this is going to be where your vehicles come in. Like I said, you can use this building. You've got access front and back to store your products or your vehicles and equipment and stuff. He's done a good job of it and given plenty of access to drive in any direction. Obviously over here is going to be your repair trigger, and obviously returning or selling your vehicles if you want to do it through the shop itself. Actually, I'm going to just turn that down a little bit because it's a little bit fast. I think the 2 should be fine. Obviously next door to that is going to be your animal dealer. So this is where you're going to be picking up all your different animals and stuff. And the nice thing is, obviously, Surfing Cowboy was actually able to get the some visual of animals in here as well, some horses, as you can see. I think that is really kind of cool to actually see in a animal dealer. And then next to that, obviously, you do have your bale sell trigger as well. So obviously, as you clear your trees, obviously cut that grass, get it baled up, sell it off, make some money, or even store some of it up for animals if you wanted to. So obviously around the map here, I'm just going to take a little run. There is several mines, as I mentioned earlier. Now one in particular, which is different to what you currently probably used to, is going to be the ore mine. And if I remember rightly, it should be somewhere down here. Let me just double check. Where's that one right there? Nope, it's that one there. Yeah, so straight down. Now obviously, one thing to bear in mind, you do need the platinum expansion for this map to work properly. Oh yeah. There is the original road from the FS19 to the sell points. Yeah, exactly. We'll get to that in just a moment. just wanted to touch on this. So obviously, like I said, the ore mine is slightly different to what you're used to. Instead of it being ore, it's going to be iron ore, which is the one that comes with the platinum expansion. So you can actually see the texture. Obviously, this is the original ore that Dave had in here originally. Obviously, Surfing Cowboy got that replaced with the iron ore, so you can actually use the platinum expansion um, placeables basically to generate additional income. Obviously, I'm not gonna show too much of it off for the simple fact I want you guys to explore and find things. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier, there is smaller little mine products throughout the map that you can actually gather up and use as well. Kind of like how Dave had the blow up rocks in 19. Obviously, what Surfing Cowboys done is, I made a drink. Replaced it with little mounds of like coal and ore throughout the map. It's kind of cool. Silt. Is it silt? I thought it was clay. I don't know. Did I say silt? Obviously, the rivers have clay in it, isn't it? Which you can then use to create bricks. Obviously, this is the like the original road I'm running up here. That was on the 19.1 that was re-added. And this actually leads you to the sell points. Yeah, it's clay. Yeah, okay. And obviously, you add the clay to the smelter, which then creates your bricks. Which is kind of cool. Long, windy road. I kind of feel like I want to have a play on this to see if I can get it to how I had my Uncharted in 19. Does it support precision? Yep. Precision farming. Yep. You can use it on here. It does have the custom map from Pompey's editions, I believe. And as you can see, that just brings you straight down to where the general store is, your bank, and your hardware. Obviously, you can go on from there and explore. It is a nice map, that is for sure. But like I said, there's obviously down the bottom here, you do have some sand mines. Gravel over the side there. You got copper, ore, bauxite, galena, coal, and some salt. So yeah, not too bad actually. I will say he has done an amazing job on the map, and with 75,000 trees, it should definitely keep you busy. Obviously, you do still have various ponds around the map as well that you can pick up water from, add it to your animals if you wanted to, or your productions. So yeah, can be interesting to see what some of you guys do. You also added a small stone mine as well, have you? All right, yeah. I don't think I've spotted that one yet. Did I see a stone? Oh, okay. It's not actually marked because I don't have it on my little list. So somewhere out there, there is a small stone mine as well for you guys to find. Hopefully, it's not going to be too hard. Yeah. There you go. Let's see if I can spot some of these little ones that I was mentioning about. Let's turn this up a little bit. Obviously, at a distance you can see them, but when you got trees around them, it's kind of hard. Da, 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 da. So yeah, there you go. So obviously, in the distance, you can just see these little red dots. That's like a little ore mine there. You got maybe a little coal mine over that way there. So obviously these are little ones that are within the map, so you don't have to necessarily buy the big mines to start off with if you don't want to. Maybe go around, collect that up, sell off the land, and then build up from there. Definitely well worth doing. But he's done a friggin' good job. There's another one just there. And obviously these are not marked. Obviously some of these bigger ones, like this one here, should be. This one probably is. Is that the one that's underneath me? Yeah, so there's one there. So yeah, he's done a really good job. But obviously, I've seen Team Miller's creativity on the Pompey's edition. It's going to be interesting to see what he does on this. Um, is it the same crops as the other PV maps, except the iron ore? Yes, it is. So yeah, like once again, so obviously you got your base game crop wise, up to your grass, you oilseed radish, but then you got your rye, your millet, your rice, your carrot, your hemp, your cranberries, mustard, lavender, peanuts. Just so you are aware, peanuts probably still have an issue on here. But then you've got your blueberries and coffee, which are on the vine as well. So exactly the same as all the current PV maps. There we go. So yeah, overall, he's done a pretty good job. Now, I wonder if that trick still works. No, it doesn't. Not on there. Ah, interesting. Because obviously in 19, if you turned the grass on, you could see a little bit more of the map and where the mines were. It doesn't seem to work on this one. It's not fair. Yeah, so obviously I'm probably going to do a little bit of a playthrough on this over the next couple of weeks. Just have a break again from Wolf Creek. I've got too much to do on there as well, to be honest. So we'll see how much I can get done as well. Might as well make a start, to be honest, hadn't I? Now, I just wanted to check something as well. So you do have this pond here. If I remember rightly, it should have clay and stuff in it. Yeah, it does. So that just want to double check. That is clay in that one, isn't it? It's not silt. Now, one thing it'd be kind of nice to have as well is there's no silt on the map. Yeah, okay. So it is clay now. So that's kind of cool. I can see a lot of bricks being made out of that pond. That's for sure. uh, Now, did that disappear? Yeah. Okay, so you did get rid of that river that was there, that's fine. Cool. Yeah, so that's basically it. So the link is in chat, thanks to T Miller again. Much appreciated. There's no BGA, I don't think, on this one either. So that's going to be one thing that you're going to have to look into for if you want a BGA. Is look at mods such as pumps and hoses, or I think it's Caster. He has a great placeable pack on the in-game mod hub as well. But yeah, and hopefully, obviously, over the next months coming, obviously, we're going to be bringing out more and more of these factories. Obviously, the buildables, and they're going to be able to hopefully be added as well at some point. But yep, overall, where the heck's my car gone? There's the sell point, so somewhere around here. There's my car. I could have just done that, to be honest. Now, I found my first issue, or two issues by the way, surfing. One, I've got a floating tree right there. Hashtag you're fired. But yeah, I don't know if you were about. I believe the game has placeable BGAs. Yeah, it's got. I don't think. Actually, I'm not sure. I have to double check on that. The other thing as well, I'm not sure if you're able to change it or not. But if you come into the buy map here, obviously you can see that there's two numbers. Obviously the one that you've added, and obviously that one that the game adds. So I don't know if you can remove that. But yeah. So apart from that, so far I haven't found any other issues or floating trees. I had a quick run around earlier. I was gathering some information. See, I don't know whether to make a start now or what. Oh, I don't know what to do. The things I hate doing chainsaws. Da, 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 da. Yep, I'd get some new testers if they missed a tree. Out of all those trees, they missed one. Actually, that's not too bad. Let's grab a chainsaw and cut that bugger down. But yeah, like I said, you start off with a car, you start off with a trailer on this map. now. Chainsaw, chainsaw, chainsaw. What else have you actually added in here? So obviously you got all the usual PV stuff. Yeah, obviously he did add in his flatbed trailer for any of you guys as well there. 1 out of 75. That is terrible. I'd sack them. I'm only kidding. Um, remove the number from the PDA. Yeah, because obviously the game is adding it anyway to each plot, so I'd imagine you should be okay just to remove those numbers. You're half asleep. Oh, that's fine. What did I want? Chainsaw, because I'm going to cut that tree down and clear a little bit of an area. Let's go with this guy here. My first victim. Excuse me, I haven't finished that, you cheeky sausage. Go away. She's trying to nick my drink, guys. How rude. To be honest, I'd just leave it. Obviously, if you were to move that, you'd obviously cause a restart. But yeah, I'd just leave it. It's only one friggin' tree at the end of the day. Unless it was something major, like there was like half the map was floating, then yeah. But yeah, you should be fine with that. Let's turn that off. Let's turn you off. And yep. Right, so I'm going to start clearing an area around here. Obviously, one thing to bear in mind as well. Actually, just out of curiosity, is there a normal bale, not bale, log sale point? Hello, Madeira. How you doing? Just look at it as a unique thing. Exactly. Exactly. And let me give you a shout out, Madeira. So obviously, if you're not following Madeira, please give her a follow, guys. She's been playing on Silver Run recently. I was actually lurking in her stream earlier, and she was trying to get rid of one of those decorative trees the really hard way. It's in cell phones under the PV mods tab. Okay, so if it's the one I think it is, so under here, once you've cleared a bit of an area, you'll probably need to place down a sell point. Obviously, like I said, there is a container sell point already in the map somewhere. But obviously there is going to be, under sell points, as T Miller mentions, the wood sell point from 19, which is kind of cool. It's kind of hard to show off. There we go. Obviously, you'll have to find a nice flat place to place this down. It's going to be only 15,000. Place it down and you actually will be able to start selling off your logs quite easily. But obviously it's getting to that point to... Actually I need to try and figure out where a flattish point is. Probably somewhere around here would be quite good. So let's clear some of these trees. And I can get one place down. So it's only going to be a temporary thing because I'll probably end up putting it somewhere else. The sticks never want... Yeah. Yeah, personally I would have just given up and got a Brux or a stump grinder or something and chopped the bugger up. Alright, there we go. Doo-ba-doo-doo. Now, so I'm going to need an area to come into this as well. Try and measure out roughly how big that area is going to be needed. Hello, bag. Do you want to say hello to everyone? Okay, pop it down. Say hello to everyone. Yipes. That was my daughter, by the way, guys. Obviously, she will be joining me tomorrow to show off her new game. Actually, that's not too bad. I could even put it right there. Why not? The nice thing is, obviously, all you do is drop the trees into this area here. And then, obviously, on the inside, just walk in, hit the R key and it should sell those logs off. Unfortunately, I haven't got anything to drag the bugs in, so I'm just going to use a bit of super strength for the minute. And I hope Mr. Dave is getting his butt ready for his stream in a little while. Right, let's try again. There we go. So, not too bad. But yeah, so there you go. Obviously, one thing to bear in mind is obviously depending on the length of the tree logs as well, is going to determine how much you get. So have a little play around with the different tree lengths and stuff to see if you can find the optimal. I think on some of the stuff, it's around about the 9 meter mark, if I remember rightly. Now obviously I haven't got anything to say, oh this is 9 meters long on here. So I'm just going to be dropping the whole tree in to start off with. Obviously once you start clearing the trees, you can start putting fields in, your own little farm and stuff. I think I'm going to have to load up my 19 version and have a little look at it to see roughly where everything was. I've got an idea. Obviously it needs some of those additional factories brought in. So if I remember rightly, on my 19 one, up around here, I think I had like my main farm area, and I might even try and see if I can get it in here again. And then right behind that was like a BGA, which is kinda cool. Obviously one thing I am going to need to do is get a stump grinder to get rid of some of these things. Yipes. There we go, but for now I can just keep making a little bit of money. Obviously it's not that much to be honest. 3 logs there, or 3 trees, 5 grand, not a lot. And Laura Barbor 43, thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. And how you doing? Welcome on in. By the way, if you've got any questions, you're more than welcome to drop them in chat. And how's it going there, not so grumpy dwarf? Last night we were just dragging the whole tree in there. Yeah. I'll say that's probably the best way to start off if you're going to go like hardcore mode. Oh, there's some deers there. Hello. Hello. Don't run. Actually, better, because Dave might shoot you guys. Billy the Lumberjack mod tells you the length. Yeah, that's cheating, to be honest. To be honest, I don't normally use a chainsaw. I'll usually lease like a tree harvester and do it that way. Obviously, these little trees are a pain. But now, one thing as well to bear in mind with this map, Surfing Cowboys actually removed all those tiny little ghost trees that we used to have in 19. So you're not going to be bugged by ghost trees, hopefully, throughout the map. It's all fully grown spruces, oaks and stuff like that. Also, it'd be kind of nice maybe to being able to use some of those, the platinum expansion trees as well, but maybe your next. Out of curiosity, there you go. Are you, now that you've done your first map surfing, are you gonna do any more? Can't guarantee all were removed. I'm sure you got most of them. 16x next is it? And obviously, if you're not following Not So Grumpy Dwarf, please give him a follow, guys. Fellow UK and obviously SGA member. So it does a variety of different games, from farm sim to construction simulator and stuff like that. Definitely go give him a follow. I've got a couple of ideas. Okay. Cool. Obviously, the only one other difference, you won't have rocky fields on this one. obviously you still get your stones from your fields around the map and stuff like that, but obviously unlike 19, we haven't quite got around to getting that one converted over and working properly. Obviously at the minute, the big one that we're working on obviously is the buildable factories. Dave's working on the butchers, so we can get those factories sorted out as well. That's not a bad actually size area there. Obviously I'm going to need a road coming probably out here. So I'm kind of visualizing at the minute what I want it to look like. Might just leave that sell point there actually. Maybe a Hawaiian map. Oh, that'd be kind of an interesting one. So almost on the same sort of line as Volcano Island then. Oh. 16x Uncharted, holy crap. And a 16x map using real life terrain from Hawaii. Very, very cool. Yeah, and obviously if any of you guys do want the map, exclamation mark PVUR. I thought I could try and keep it simple and just use the initials. We'll get you the link. Obviously Universal Autoload script will be needed. The Platinum DLC will be needed for the map. Along with, if you want to use dirt, for example, you'll need the Terrafarm mod, which is a 0.4.5, I believe, is the version they were testing. Volcano Revisited. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, very, very cool. I need to keep an eye on the time because Dave will be going live in the next 10 minutes, so yipes. There's that. But yeah, once I've got a little bit more money, what I'll probably end up doing is leasing one of the tree harvesters. That is going to make life a little bit easier. There you go, so PVUR, yep, cool. Obviously the link will give you, will take you to a Google document that tells you a little bit about the where you want to report your bug issues and stuff like that. Any issues on the eruption? Oh yeah, that's the point, yeah. How's the volcano doing over there at the minute? I know this morning, or last night for you, you're having a lot of internet issues, weren't you? But yeah, it's kind of cool how things are going now. Not sure, just woke up. Okay. Where the heck's the tree? Yeah, so obviously currently waiting still for Giants on some information regarding what we're going to be able to use from the expansion. The internet wasn't volcano. Oh, okay. I would just put it down to the volcano. Myself. Yeah, so also we've got the buildables that we're working on at the minute. Went on Giants. Hopefully we might hear something soon. Fingers crossed. Kermit, hurry up. Dave's working on the meat stuff. I'm working on everything else.
I'm working on the map, but I can't show everybody what I'm doing yet.
Oh yeah, spoilers.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, did you have a chance to go through the butcher again and get that?
no. My computer's having issues. For a minute here, I thought I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stream.
Ah.
I'm hoping I can.
Yeah. Seems like
For when I went to save the map, everything just got really, really bad.
Seems like there's a lot of people having issues, whether it's their computers or Twitch. It's freaking ridiculous at the minute. It's almost like a delayed millennium bug kicking back
Twitch
in.
has had lots of
I got-
issues in the last couple days.
Yeah.
I
Multiple.
woke up and there was a clicking noise in my computer. That's never good.
No.
I don't know if it was a fan,
Mm.
but it stopped.
There we go. Also, I will be doing an update if and when Giants unlock the Platinum Pack. Alright, yeah. Cool. Very, very cool.
They're not going to unlock the platinum back. Let me tell you that right now.
No.
It may give us ability to use a couple things from it,
Yeah.
but
Through the editor type thing, so. Yes. Yeah, obviously, the only time that they'll actually unlock it is be when the next game comes out, so whatever the next farm sim will be. Which is kind of cool. I think they've gone in the right direction with the game, adding in like the mining materials, and a lot of the new crops are starting to creep in as well, finally. Whoa. Which is kind of cool. Actually, what I might even do is grab one of the yarders and do this. I've seen Team Miller and the guys using the yarder and just dragging the trees straight into the trigger there. It's kind of a cool idea. It would work. That's what I meant, sorry. 2023 computer problems. Yes, indeedy. Right, so obviously one thing as well, if you didn't see it earlier, obviously there is plenty of textures in this map as well. Obviously, if you want to create your own road system around, you can, or if you want to just keep it simple, you can as well. It's kind of cool that you've actually added in the prices. I'd never noticed the prices in here as well. Jeez. I want something like dirt. I think it's dirt there. Oops. Hit the wrong key there. That's fine. So it's up you. Like that. We'll go drag that around. Something like that. And actually just regarding something you mentioned this morning about the fields. Let me come out of here a sec. Now, obviously, you mentioned about the field boundary. There's also a yeah.
who mentioned the field boundary?
Sorry, it's something they were saying in T Miller's stream earlier. And is that my Wi-Fi messing up again?
Could be mine.
Can you guys still hear me? I just want to check.
I hear you.
You can hear me. Because my phone's having a funny 5 minutes. Yeah, okay. I think it must be my Wi-Fi's just gone off for some weird reason. Because obviously I'm using a tablet for changing my screens and stuff, and for some reason that's lost connection with the computer. Yeah, so like what I was going to say is, you were mentioning about the field boundaries that you wanted to maybe remove it. I think it's kind of cool. So what I'm on about is right here. Obviously you got your field here, and then you got a nice little sort of dirt boundary. I really like that. It makes it a little bit easier for harvesting as well, I think. Because I think you mentioned about expanding the field or something to cover that, but I think that is really nice. Yeah, and obviously Team Miller likes that as well. What did you actually get in here anyway? Bit of soy. Oh, okay. That is really cool. So yeah, I'd leave that as it is. And I know there's a lot of people who are actually starting to make their fields that way as well. So they've got that little boundary going around them rather than it just being field and then grass. So yeah, I'd just leave it the way it is, to be honest. Right, there's that. And to be honest, I think when I start adding fields into this myself, I'm probably going to do that as well. If I get that far along. Right, let's come back into this. And obviously you said there was landscaping, painting, animal mud, asphalt, bauxite. See, now this is something that I would... And obviously this is just me, and I was the same with the 19. I hate seeing the mining products being in here. the textures. It'd be nice if they could be removed personally, but that's just me. Now is it that one or is it going to be the... Nope. I wanted to try and match this one then, to be honest. Rock Dark. Nope. Dirt Road. Ah, there we go. Okay. I gotcha. But yeah, I think if it was me, I'd probably remove them, but that's just me. Or have them hidden. There we go. Right, so obviously I'm going to want to access it from both sides, so we'll just smooth that off. And before anybody asks, no, I'm not going to be doing the map anytime soon. I got too much to do. Dang, I can't paint over that yet.
Too much to do, not enough time to do it.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth, Skipper? There we go. Drive in there. Actually, I might need a little bit more. Run the back end there. Dang it, didn't want to go that far, but oh well. But I am surprised there's not more bushes and stuff around. Obviously, I've seen a lot of grass and that, but very little bushes wise. And oh, Team Earth gifting SurfinCowboyGaming. Much appreciated, buddy. Thank you. Wow. He's feeling generous. Dang. There we go. No bushes. I know, you're terrible. That's not too bad. I can cope with that for now. It's a nice little driveway. Let me see what's like. If I can get my... Oh no! I haven't changed it over, have I? Okay, I need. Why's my pedals not working? Oh, I forgot to plug my wheel in. I've got the wheel right in front of me, guys, and I forgot to plug it in. Oh, one sec. Oh, where are you? There. So, let's see, Not So Grumpy Dwarf, I wouldn't know the first place to start creating a map, so I'll just wait for Dave. Yeah, exactly. And obviously, Surfing's got the map bug now, have you? Obviously, it's going to be a lot different, because obviously you're probably going to be doing it from scratch as well. Oh yeah, that's not too bad actually. It's quite smooth. Sort of driving here onto the triggers, sell them. Then obviously you've got a nice little area for turning around. So that's not too bad yet. I can cope with that. So obviously this is where you'll be starting off for anyone who's not seen it. Obviously you got this. This is one of the original roads that's been added back in. Obviously one direction will head you off into the center part of the map where the vehicle store is. God, I forgot just how windy this thing was. However, having a wheel makes life a lot easier. That is for definite. Oh, grapes. So coming up here is going to be your vehicle shop, your animal dealer, Bill sells, like I mentioned before. Yeah, let me think. If I come up here, past this field, yeah. So this area right here in 19 is where I had my main farm kind of set up. So that's probably where I'm going to be aiming for this time around as well. Dave, did you happen to notice if my message went? No, it got deleted, Michael.
his book that he wrote.
I know. It's from Facebook.
Yeah, I read it.
Yeah. Alright. And then obviously the opposite direction to that is going to be where it comes out to the sell point. So I'll take a little drive up there. Just finally, we've got the last few minutes before Dave should be live. I'm not sure yet. I'm hoping
I
he
got a
is.
minute and 30 on my
Minute
countdown.
30. Okay. I can do this in like 30 seconds. Maybe I should have got the TLX. Watch out for the trailer. And obviously this, just around the corner actually, is obviously the sell point. So if you, when you start producing grains and stuff, you got your general store, your bank, where you can sell your obviously gold, and then obviously your hardware. Obviously what you could technically do is possibly buy this land first and have your sawmill up here or something like that. I think it'd be kind of cool. So, obviously if no one's got any questions, obviously that's what the map looks like. Beautiful and green. Kind of like the rest of it. But yeah, obviously what I'll probably do is next week I'll do a couple of run-throughs on the map again, show it off, and the progress as well. For now, I'm going to go over to the ending screen and hit the end credits. Obviously a big, huge thank you to Mr. Darius Frost for the raid earlier on of 12 people. Laura Barbour, I think that is pronounced, 43, thank you very much for the follow. And obviously T Miller gifting Surfing Cowboy a sub. Much appreciated, guys. Is it a bestseller? It was. To be honest, it was quite funny. So, yeah. Right, so obviously, like I said, we are going to go over and see what Mr. Dave is up to today. And as always, he's not on my list. I'm sure he's hiding from me. There he is. So, stick with this,
It's
guys.
live time.
Let's go give him some SGA love. And also, I'll catch you tomorrow at 10 a.m. UK time. Also, where I'll be accompanied with my daughter to show off her new game. Until then, have a great rest of your day, guys. And stay safe. Bye.
Bye. Hello. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Oh, waiting for